It really doesn't matter what you think. It really doesn't matter what you say.
And we say, what's going on, everybody? Christian Ballard, Ballard Sports Media. Going to try to keep it quiet because it is late, and I think my grandparents are asleep. So I don't want to get too loud tonight, but wanted to do another responding to your comments. This is edition number 2, but this time we want to have a theme to this one. I want to go back, and I've seen some of them. I've hearted some of them. I've responded to them. But we want to go back, and we won't do every team preview. But what have you guys said in response to my predictions for team previews? And by the way, the next team preview we're going to do, if you're wondering why there's green on the screen here, we're going to do the Oregon Ducks next for our team preview, and that will be before conference week. Probably get it out tomorrow or something like that. We'll see. But yeah, what do you say we get into it, and we'll put it up on the screen. So I want to share screen this one. I figured it'd be a little easier. Plus, my phone needs to charge up anyway, so been doing a lot of work on there. And but this is from the Georgia preview, and of course, my main man, Georgia Bulldog Will, says, yes, the back-to-back national champions, go Dogs." I had to respond and say that my plan is to start with the champs and go from there every year. I think I even did that last year with Georgia when we started in the SEC and we tried to do it by conference, and we failed to hit all the teams. He said that he likes it. Another comment here is from Jacob Watson. And he says, sounds like another natty for me. We're going for the three-peat, back-to-back titles, baby. Go Dog, baby. Sean 6751 responded and said, can you say Dynasty, folks? I did not respond to that one because I'm not – I don't want to be putting my foot in my mouth or anything like that. But there's a lot of different comments from a lot of you out there, and I love and appreciate each and every one of you out there. Really, really do. And of course, Ahmed 6163 says 3P. Michael Merrick says Georgia is not losing to Tennessee. Okay, let me go ahead and say that in this particular video, I said Georgia would go 11-1 with a loss at Tennessee. I also said that Georgia could possibly go 12-0, but I don't really predict 12-0 records. I give the at most with at least one loss because it's hard to go undefeated in the regular season for any team, even though I credit Georgia for going 15-0 last year. I was just saying if there is a loss for them, I think it's most likely Tennessee. So this guy came in the comments and said that ain't going to happen. Georgia's not losing to Tennessee. And so as you see here on the screen in his comment, he does not think Georgia will lose to Tennessee. I don't think they – honestly, I think they could probably go 12-0. But – again, we'll see. But thank you for the comment, Michael Merck. Let's scroll down here. VicTube, my man VicTube Production says 11-1 or 12. And, I think that's reasonable for Georgia. I've accepted the fact that maybe they are the standard in college football. Maybe they are at the top. Can Alabama stay at the top? Winning a title this year, it's possible, but definitely Georgia has made its case going back to back, and one of those beating Alabama. They've made their case that maybe they are at the top of college football. So, all right, let's keep keep it going. Let's see. We got 5 comments on Alabama. We won't go through all of these, but I want to kind of pick and choose on the ones that I'm most curious about what they had to say. Like UC, TCU, we'll get into that in a second, but um, you look at Alabama 2023 and what people had to say on that. So let's go over to the comments and see what people had to say. I think I gave an at most 11-1 for Alabama too. Um, some of these I gave a heart reaction, some of them I didn't, and I apologize. I'll even do it for this one right here. This one says, I think my Texas Longhorns upsets the Alabama Crimson Tide on the road. I think that's a good possibility. It is a night game in Tuscaloosa. It definitely favors the Crimson Tide, but anything could happen in college football. Anything could happen with Texas this year. I think that I like Texas to win the Big 12 this year. And part of doing that, I mean, it doesn't affect their conference record. It doesn't affect them going to their conference championship this year before they go to the SEC. But if they want to help their case for the playoffs, they need a strong resume. If they knock off Alabama week 2, I mean, a lot of things could go their way in 2023. Crimson Brave, I haven't seen him in a while. Right here, the third comment, he says, why are we doing predictions in January? We don't even know who all is going to stay and transfer right now or who we'll bring in. LOL. Makes a good point, but I'm one of those guys that likes to do early on predictions. And at the same time, as we're trying to do every Power 5 team this year, and we'll get a lot out soon in conference week next week, um, there's a lot of teams to preview. There's a lot to look at. You got to start early, and you got to start as soon, like right there, right away. As soon as the season ends, you're on to next season and talking about it. The next comment on this one, I think the LSU Tigers beat Alabama Crimson Tide on the road. I'll give that a heart. I think that LSU is definitely the team to challenge Alabama in the West. I think that that's the team standing in their way. I think the West favors LSU this year with more returning production, especially with Jaden Daniels at quarterback. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to come on here and say that Alabama has an easy path or can do it or anything like that. I mean, they can do it. They can very much defy the odds this year. They've done it before. I look back, a good example would be like 2015 with Jake Coker at quarterback. A good example would be maybe even 2020 with Mac Jones. But they have yet to have a proven quarterback for this offseason. The lead man is Jalen Milroe, and if it's not him, it's probably Tyler Buckner coming out of Notre Dame. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, let's go on to another one. Again, we're not going to go through all of these, but I figured I'd get a couple of them. Let's do the most recent. I haven't. I probably have hearted the comments. I normally just hit the heart because I appreciate the comments anyway. But I am a little curious as to what the comments have been on Colorado. So let's dive in here and let's see what people have to say about Colorado, because I think I said like 2-10. Maybe I'm underestimating them a bit. I want to see if the people agree or disagree. Jacob Watson, right out the gate, first comment, says they have a really bright future with Deion, but not year one. I got them 5-7 with a ceiling of 6-6 and a floor of 2-10. And I think I even had them at 2-10 or 1-11. I think I had them 2-10. Taylor Lee, I've seen a lot of comments from him. Deion is going to use Colorado as a stepping stool to a bigger, better job. Could y'all agree with that for a minute, real quick? Let's zoom in and talk about that. Could Deion Sanders use this as a building block? I think it's possible. I think that he's got a bright future in coaching. I think he did great at Jackson State, but Colorado is definitely a different job. It's Power 5. Colorado is kind of in a bad position right now, but they have a long way to go. It's not going to be a one and done type of situation. It's not going to be a one, you know, right out the gate, year one Cinderella story. It's not going to be done overnight for Dion. Again, to this comment, Dion is going to use Colorado as a stepping stool to a bigger, better job. That's possible. I don't know if I want to agree with that just yet, but I'm not going to put it on the back burner too much. I think he could be right there. So, uh, so Jacob Watson commented on this one too, and let me zoom in for you. He says, Ballard, just say COVID. Who cares if someone gets upset? I said, yeah, you're right. LOL. I said pandemic season for 2020. That's all I say. You know, pandemic season, pandemic season. Everybody else is out here saying COVID year. I try so hard as someone working to be a professional sports journalist. I try so hard not to offend people on purpose. So, and I don't know what words you can or cannot say today online. So I try to be careful there, but I appreciate the comment as always, Jacob. Love you, brother. And yeah, so let's continue on with the comments. We'll do one more. Let's do one more. I'm surprised 66 views on Tennessee. We haven't gotten any comments. Let's see. I got 4 comments on West Virginia. I got 5 on Notre Dame. Notre Dame's got quite a few views. Let's see what people had to say about the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, and we'll end the video. But so go to comments here. Oh, this is a Notre Dame fan, it looks like, I would say, but it's the same person with 5 comments, and I hearted them all. I don't even know why I did that. I just appreciate the comments on videos sometimes, but I'm going to be honest. I probably didn't even take the time to read all these, so I am kind of curious about what some of these have to say. This is Campbell Sports Incorporated. First one says if quarterback Tyler Buchner was coached to play like he did in the Gator Bowl against South Carolina and he didn't get hurt game 2, it's a completely different season. We struggled for quarterback play, the Brian Kelly era story. Next question. Backup quarterback Drew Pine was playing who was left in the quarterback room by Brian Kelly and recruited by Tommy Rees. This issue wasn't a Marcus Freeman ability to fix. Basically, what I'm seeing so far, folks, is this. Let me zoom in here again and say I'm just saying excuse after excuse. Oh, if Tyler Buchner had been the starter, or if Tommy Rees this, Tommy Rees that, both of them are at Alabama now, so I don't know why he's bringing them up. I think this was even before Tyler Buchner, but Tommy Rees had already left Notre Dame to go to Alabama. This one makes sense, though. This next one I'm going to read. He says, let me zoom in. Brian Kelly era, he got destroyed on big stages regularly. He's a regular season longevity coach, but he can't lead an elite program. I actually agree with that. And it'll make things interesting at LSU. Is LSU considered elite? I don't know. They have one national title under Coach O. They got one under Saban. They got one under Les Miles. It's been a wild ride. It's kind of been up and down. It's like they win a national title, then it kind of falls apart a little bit towards the end of a coach's tenure. And then they get a new coach, and he brings in a national title. I do think Brian Kelly can win one at LSU at some point, but again, we'll have to wait and see. But a couple different comments on the comments for you guys, and team preview comments. I could probably do multiple of those if we keep it up with the team previews, but I hope you all enjoyed this video, man. I really do appreciate you guys watching. I love you guys so much, man. Let's get to 1,000 subs. I'm excited to hit it. Let's get monetized. Let's join the 1K club on on YouTube, and keep sharing this stuff out. Keep promoting it. I don't do it for all the views. I don't do it for the subscribers. I don't do it for popularity. I'm just excited to hit 1,000, man. It's been a long time coming on this channel, and we've just been working hard. It's not just me, it's all of you guys too. You guys drive the content. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't have a great community that has my back. And I love and appreciate each and every one of you. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. Trust God and believe that. And I will see you guys on the next video. I love y'all. Ballard Sports Media checking out. Peace out. See you later.